Congresswoman Lauren Boebert is a flamethrower on Twitter, saying things like COVID-19 mutated into communism a long time ago. And the easiest way to make the Delta variant go away is to turn off CNN and vote Republican, a tweet she later deleted. And at a speech at CPAC, where she implied that federal workers would bring vaccines to people's homes, something that is not being done.
Don't come knocking on my door with your Fauci outie. You leave us the hell alone.
And then there was this tweet, trotting out Hitler and his Third Reich. Biden has deployed his needle Nazis to Mesa County, which is one of the counties in her district. What was she thinking with that tweet and the other things she has written and said? We went to Capitol Hill to ask her.
Representative Boebert, quick question for you. Why did you use the term needle Nazis on your Twitter feed? Were you trying to make fun of people? Were you likening them to Hitler, the pandemic heroes? Any comment at all?
The tragic fact is much of Lauren Boebert's Colorado congressional district is now a COVID hot zone amid this Delta variant surge. Here in the mostly rural 3rd Congressional District, transmission rates are dangerously high in most of the district's counties. Vaccination rates low.
It's as bad as we've seen since the beginning.
Memorial Regional Hospital in tiny Craig, Colorado, had to reopen its COVID unit, where people are getting sick and dying. Andy Daniels, who describes himself as a super conservative individual, is the hospital's chief executive officer.
How does it make you feel the way Representative Boebert has treated this pandemic, the masks, the vaccine?
You know, I'm embarrassed for Colorado too, quite frankly. I'm embarrassed that she is my representative.
So you're the CEO of an important hospital in her district, and you're willing to go out on a limb and say that?
I am. I think if you're going to take a stance in healthcare policy, you might actually want to learn something about healthcare policy.
Dr. Matthew Gregorzeski is the hospital's emergency department chief medical officer.
She comes from a position of power, being our elected official, and I think that people are listening to what she's saying, and a lot of what she's putting out there is ideology that isn't fact, isn't medically sound, and it's putting a lot of people at danger, and it's quite honestly costing people lives, and it's frustrating to have to fight against that.
The doctor and CEO would both like a chance to speak to Lauren Boebert about what's going on. And show her things like this. 78-year-old Robert Edwards is a patient in the COVID unit. The husband, father, grandfather, and great-grandfather, who already had comorbidities, was quite sick when he came in.
How are you feeling?
I feel a lot better.
Robert has improved very significantly. Doctors believe the reason for that is because he did receive the COVID vaccine.
Do you think he could have died if he didn't have the vaccine?
Without a doubt.
A few hours after I sat down with him, Robert was released from the hospital.
I know those are tears of happiness, correct?